How is the treatment for hair thinning going? In this case, I don't know. You tell me what you see there. And above all, can I find work in Switzerland being a truck driver? We will discover all these things in this new Q&A here on the Super Dimmy One channel. There is another person who asked me a very interesting question, actually two on the channel, and is telling me, or rather gave me advice on which products to use for hair loss. Unfortunately, it has been a really difficult year, and I realized that my hair was thinning. Now here it might not be noticeable. Well, the problem, do you see that I'm becoming Batman here? Do you see the point and the things? I'm also blonde, so actually there's a bit of scarcity here anyway. But guys, we can tell ourselves all the nonsense we want. The point is moving in that direction. So it's a matter of time. And also my grandfather, anyway, he's bald at 7 years old. He has hair around here, but here it's gone. So I'll enjoy my hair as much as I can. Ladies, if you want a single person with hair, now is the time, huh? The longer you wait, the more everything here goes away. Now I laugh about it, but it's something to cry about. It's really something to cry about. Anyway, I decided to try. I'm the filter, the doctor. Actually, I looked it up on Google and it was recommended to me. But it's also part of the Skin Academy, something like that. I'm not sponsored, you find out for yourselves. But even if it goes, we'll all take a big trip to Turkey for a transplant in about 20 years. Even if someone wants me, they'll want me bald too. But believe me, if no one wants me, not even now with hair, so goodbye. The hopes have really gone to hell. I had this consultation. The person seemed very competent to me, but they showed that my problem is that I'm not suffering from alopecia. So I'm not losing hair. It's simply due to the stress of a really difficult year, really difficult. You can find the videos on my channel to understand what happened. Guys, it's really enough to make you want to shoot yourself. The new hair, because for those who don't know, a hair has a lifespan of 4 years. So it stays attached here for 4 years, then it falls out. The hair, they actually showed me that the hair that has grown in the last 4 years is beautiful, strong, thick, and robust. Instead, the hair that is currently growing, emerging recently on the top part of my head, is weak. It's half the size. This is mainly due to stress. Stress, worries, anxieties. And I am anxiety personified. Do you realize? I wonder why it didn't happen sooner. It might be because I'm approaching 30. Yes, I'm approaching 30. I'm 28 for now. I don't know. When you see this video, yes, I'll probably still be 28 because I prepare videos months in advance for work reasons and because otherwise I can't keep up, guys. In fact, I'm putting in a lot of effort right now because I'm releasing 3 a week. And for me, it's almost absurd. I can't keep up. I'm alone and I can't keep up. In fact, we'll probably go back to this. Video scheduling of 2 videos a week. The visit went very well, very expensive, especially the medicines, but I hope they work. After 6 months, I'll have another checkup and we'll see if it worked or not. In that case, then I'll continue. Unfortunately, it's not a cure, it's a prevention. It's something you have to keep doing for life. In short, if you want them to last as long as possible. It's not like if you take these things for 6 months, you're automatically cured. It doesn't work that way. Anyway, some medications were recommended to me. I always prefer to have a consultation with an expert, and you should too. Don't read things on the internet, have a consultation with an expert, maybe even 2 or 3, because nowadays there's always the possibility that someone might have bought their professional certificate in Turkey or Albania. That said, I was advised to take 1 capsule of this and 1 capsule of that for 6 months, 1 per day, and 1 is minoxidil. Cornstarch. Yes, I pay a lot of money to consume cornstarch, talc, silica, and magnesium all in here. The other one is finasteride and snake oil. B. Excipiente. B. Well, anyway, these are the things I'm taking right now for the strange growth of my hair. It seems to be working. I don't know. Take a look. Well, let's forget about it. Then we add the fact that I suffer from dandruff, and it's something that can't be cured, especially in winter. You can also see here that I'm all irritated on my nose and eyebrows. Actually, I should reapply the cream. I did a mega thing together. I got creams here for the irritation I have, mainly due to winter and my sensitive skin, for dandruff here, for hair loss. In short, I'm heavily using various medications that I hope will work. Attention, YouTube, it's not real drugs. These are medicines prescribed by a doctor. Before you take down my channel. No, drugs, no to drugs, no, no. Sorry for the disclaimer for the Dilcom, but here they take everything down for a word said in an ironic way. Irony, algorithm, irony. That said, the other question I was asked is, can I work in Switzerland being a truck driver in Italy? Well, potentially. There is no definitive answer. Attention, I cannot provide an answer to this question. Potentially, yes, you could easily work in Switzerland as a truck driver. The question is there demand? This is something I can't tell you because not being in the sector, I don't know. Certainly in the restaurant industry, there is always demand. If you work in the restaurant industry, you can find a job quite easily. And by quite easily, I mean it will take 3 to 4 months, because that's how work operates here. It's unlikely that you'll find a job from one day to the next, especially if you don't make an effort, don't send your resume, or don't show up in person. I was lucky I found a job in 2 to 3 days between one job and another, but the start will be in April, so I'll have to spend 3 months here trying to survive paying the expenses. And there are various videos on the channel about this, go look for them, where I was fired, etc., etc. And so in any case, I'll have to somehow survive for 3 months in a country where you blow 2,000 euros a month. Fortunately, I did everything and worked extremely hard to save some money, and I hope someone will help me with some work. In the coming months, it will probably be like this. That said, the first thing you need to do is find out if there is demand in that sector. So look, maybe on YouTube, on Instagram, for truck drivers who work in Switzerland, and ask them. I can't help you in any other way. What I can tell you, however, is also in my guide about Switzerland, a guide I wrote for those who need help, for those who need key information to look for work, housing, and especially to understand how insurance and taxes work. Here in Switzerland, you can find it in the description of any video about Switzerland, and it costs about the price of 2 coffees in German-speaking Switzerland, so roughly between 8 to 10 euros, depending on whether you buy it in physical format directly from Amazon or if you buy it in digital format. Well, anyway, without going on about it. What I can tell you is, once you have ensured that there is demand in your sector, which is the most important thing, you can give it a try. Certainly, the more experience you have in that sector, the more you will be considered, especially if you already reside in Switzerland. The chances are much higher if you do not reside in Switzerland. Be aware that at the beginning they will exploit you, and they will exploit you quite a bit, especially if you do not speak German. If you speak German and have a lot of experience in the sector, the chances of finding a job are probably 90% within half a year, okay? Because you won't find them overnight, maybe even a year. So you cannot quit your job and start working in Switzerland after 3 days. Remember that you are still moving to another country. This involves costs, expenses, time, and needs. And whoever has to hire you must have a reason to do so. Why should they hire you instead of a Swiss truck driver who also has courses that provide much more training on safety and other things? The only reason is that you will be underpaid, especially at the beginning, otherwise it wouldn't make sense. Or they really have such a great need that they will hire anyone, otherwise they will obviously give priority to a Swiss person, or at least to someone who already resides here or already speaks German. So unfortunately, the truth of the matter is this. If you already reside here and speak German, you can easily find work, because especially in the German-speaking part of Switzerland, they are looking for a lot. It might take a few months, but you will find work, even if it's not in your field, if you're a bit lucky and know how to do other things. Otherwise, everything is very difficult, but it's not impossible if you are determined, because in Italy, the situation is becoming truly critical. Lately, trying doesn't hurt. Send out resumes like crazy, visit companies here. Unfortunately, you also have to come in person, make yourself known, maybe make a good impression on someone. In fact, paradoxically, it might be easier to find work in the German-speaking part of Switzerland than in the Italian-speaking part, because in the Italian-speaking part, there's a lot of competition. Anyway, go ahead and try, send your resume, and I assure you that here, if they're interested, they'll respond immediately. Otherwise, they won't respond. In Italy, even if they're interested, they might respond after a long time or not respond at all, or they might call you, well, I don't know. Anyway, trying doesn't hurt, and in my opinion, there are opportunities, and truck drivers are always needed, and it will be very difficult to find a truck driving job. Only in Switzerland. There will probably be companies that are based in Switzerland, but then send you abroad throughout Europe, so take this into consideration as well. That said, guys, I can't answer any more questions, because first, there aren't any, so if you have and want to ask me anything else, write it down below, thank you. Second, because our time for this video is now over. That said, I thank you and bid you farewell. Please like, share, subscribe, and activate the notification bell, because most of you rascals follow me but aren't subscribed to my channel. Why? What's the point? Subscribe. Click on that subscribe button so you can help me grow and I can make more interesting videos for you. It's a give and take thing like relationships. Even though now a relationship is practically impossible, let's show everyone that we care about each other. Subscribe to the channel. That said, guys, we'll see each other next time. That's all from Switzerland. Bye.